Sometimes nature can get a little crazy, and when it does, humans see some amazing natural phenomena. They are so bizarre and outlandish that some people mistake them for footage plucked from a science fiction movie. Hello everyone! When you hear the words Moonbow, colourful river, and Brocken specter, do you know what I'm talking about? Welcome to this channel. You are about to see them all. We are about to begin. Well then, let's get started. Fire rainbow. The technical term for a fire rainbow is the horizontal arc, which refers to the amazing phenomenon of multicolored flames spreading across the sky in a river-like spectacle. Once you see it, it's probably something you'll never forget. Fire rainbow occurs when the sun's rays are refracted in a cirrus cloud. The cirrus clouds are made up of small ice crystals that must be aligned in an orientation parallel to the ground. This is a rare occurrence. First, the sun's rays hit the ice crystals from directly above and perpendicular to them. The light is refracted and directed at a slight angle through the crystal and out the bottom. As the light passes through the crystal and exits the base, it splits into a spectrum of different wavelengths, illuminating the clouds in different colours. In order for a fire rainbow to form, the sun must be at an angle of 58 degrees or more from the horizon to produce a fire rainbow. For this reason, this phenomenon cannot be seen in areas north of 55 degrees north or south of 55 degrees south. The sun does not climb high enough in those areas. Moonbow. Another rare rainbow is the moonbow. Moonlight is much weaker than sunlight, so it is seen more rarely than sunlight-induced rainbows we are familiar with. Moonlight alone cannot activate the clone cells, which are the receptors in the retina that recognize colours. This is why moonbows appear silvery white to us, but they are essentially the same colour as a rainbow caused by sunlight. Moonbow can appear when there is a dense fog or after heavy rainfall. The best time to view them is during a full moon. In places such as near Victoria Falls in Africa, this amazing phenomenon is not particularly rare. If you want to get a good look at the colours of the lunar rainbow, scientists recommend that you take pictures with long exposures. It is in times like these that you should trust technology more than your eyes. Brocken specter and halo. Please take a good look at this photo. This was taken near Korzevinskaya Peak in the mountains of Tajikistan. What do you think the shadow in this photo is? Is it a creepy ghost? Maybe some ancient god? Or is it all fake and photoshopped? Any of the guesses are wrong. This is a shadow of an ordinary man who is nothing and most likely the photographer himself. And the halo shining around the shadow is a phenomenon known in the West as a glory and in the East as a halo. A halo occurs when the observer is on a mountain or in the air and the sun or moon is behind him or her. For example, it may be seen while flying in an airplane. Under ideal conditions, you may see a shadow on the clouds below the plane and a halo of light around it. If you are in the mountains and you see your shadow in the clouds or fog, you will experience a very eerie yet alluring phenomenon. That shadow will move, sometimes suddenly and unexpectedly. Often they are surrounded by a dim circle of light, which makes them seem even more like inhabitants of another world. This phenomenon is particularly frequently observed around Brocken Peak in Germany, hence named Brocken specter after the place. Of course, you can encounter them anywhere in the world if you go to a high enough elevation mountain with fog. If you do see such a shadow, there is no need to be afraid. Not a single supernatural thing has happened. Lens clouds. Lens clouds, also called lenticular clouds, are a very rare natural phenomenon usually observed on the leeward side of mountainous regions. A significant number of culprits among the UFO sightings reported around the world are actually lens clouds. Just by looking at them, you can see why this is so. But lenticular clouds do not always resemble flying saucers. Sometimes they look like weird tornadoes, sometimes they are pyramids with dozens or hundreds of levels, and sometimes they look like mushroom clouds. What is interesting is that they do not flow through the sky like ordinary clouds, but stay at one point until they disappear. This makes them look more unrealistic. Lens clouds form at the boundary between two different layers of air, or at the top of an air current. Water vapor is constantly condensing and evaporating inside it. According to experts, when several such clouds appear, it is a sign of high humidity in the air and a strong updraft. In other words, in ordinary language, it means that rain or snow may fall quite heavily somewhere in the near future. Colourful rivers. Different rivers have different colours of water, some darker and some lighter. When two rivers of different colours meet at some point, it is a spectacular sight. Such a sight can be seen in many parts of the world, but the most famous is the Aragavi River in Georgia. The roots of the Aragavi River can be traced to the White Aragavi River. The strata of its headwaters are composed of limestone and whitish shale, and the river water is correspondingly pale in colour. Near the village of Pazanuri, about 90 kilometers from the Georgian capital, Tbilisi, the White Aragavi River joins its sister river, the Black Aragavi River. That one flows over black shale formations, so the river water is correspondingly darker. The differently coloured waters from each of the two rivers flow in the same river for a while before finally merging, but they run perfectly parallel to each other. It is quite a spectacle. Similar phenomena can be seen in two different oceans, or even at the border between the inland and open seas. For example, here is a picture of the Strait of Gibraltar, where the Mediterranean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean. Another example is this photo of the border between the Baltic Sea and the North Sea in Denmark. In both cases, the water in each area has a different colour due to differences in chemical composition and density. Where the rain stops. It is a well-known fact for people living in large cities that the weather varies from place to place, even in the same city. While it may be raining in one district, it may be dry and sunny in another. Usually the weather gets worse and gets better if you leave a place where heavy rain continues and head somewhere else. Sooner or later it will turn to light rain, and if you go further away, the clouds will disappear from the sky and the sun will show its face. But sometimes the rain will suddenly stop. It is possible to be standing on a perfectly dry road and have a bucket of rain falling a few dozen meters away. This phenomenon is called a rain edge and is very rare, sometimes never to be encountered in one's lifetime. Some skeptics even deny the possibility, claiming that all photos and videos of this phenomenon are fake. They are not fakes, by the way. The raindrop edge occurs when a vanishingly unlikely combination of conditions is present: very heavy rain and complete or near complete windlessness. If there is no wind blowing against the raindrops, the rain will only fall directly below the clouds. And under those conditions, we can see boundaries in other natural phenomena as well, such as hail and snow. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have you seen any of the phenomena we have described? Please share your experiences in the comments. If you have experienced it, you can brag about it to those around you, because it means you are one of a handful of lucky people. It's time to say goodbye. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel, like this channel, click the bell notification button, and share this video on your social networking sites. Thank you very much for your support of this channel. See you again. Bye!